No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
He's a tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Eyeball top number here to you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, lights from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the corner bank to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just a fortune of luck. But skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to VP4TV. Welcome to Chimpy and anybody else that's watching. We are here for a round 2 match in the 2025 Virtual Cowboy World Championship. We have Matt MC_Clarkey from the United Kingdom, from England, representing the United Kingdom, and Larry from the USA, and they're going at it at the top of the hour. Now, just a quick insight. I watched Matt this morning playing in a challenge room with Yamaguchi Taru, and if Matt scores as heavily as he did in a couple of the racks that I saw, Larry's got no chance, because Matt was very accomplished at the caroms as well, and if Larry doesn't score, it could be a whitewash. It could be 3-0. Now, I could be all wrong in that. I might have caught Matt in a very good session that he was playing, but I'm going to stick my neck in the line and say Larry's going to have to play very solid and, most importantly, score. If his contributions aren't good enough, then he won't be in the game. Then again, if Matt doesn't get to the heights that he did this morning, then Matt might be in trouble, but that's my judgment on it. So these are the matches that we have, this one that we have at the moment, and I think there's another 2 left, isn't there? We've got Tornado Tam and Interchange X coming up this Sunday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I'll be able to get that. And then finally, we've got Stub up against VP Monster. That is for a week on Thursday, I believe. And there won't be an awful lot more matches going on to the schedule. It's going to begin to thin out a wee bit. But that's where we stand at the moment. And both players are here, so we've never a problem with getting a match with these two guys. They're going to show up. Romario is in a 3-ball tournament with Stefan. And, I tried to watch the cricket today, the test match, and all of the illegal streaming sites that I use, BT, like most of the other ISPs, are clamping down on the illegal streaming. The government has told them to make sure that they're killing all these streams. And so I thought, well, I'll try getting a VPN, see if it makes any difference. So I downloaded Opera. I've never used Opera as a browser. It's got a free VPN in it. I was located in Sweden, did a search for live streams of the cricket, found Willow Cricket, which is one I used to use in the past, and I sat and watched the cricket all day. So quite happy with the service I got from the Opera browser. Never used it before. Probably won't use it for much else other than stuff like that. But anyway, I watched the cricket, so I'm quite happy. Room is up. Let's get in. We'll have the lag for the break. Races to 3. And, important though the lag is in many games, it's probably the most important in straight pool, but in Cowboy at this level, it's actually pretty important as well. You want to get in and make your mark. So we have Larry on the right-hand side, Matt on the left. And Larry looks as if he's going to win it because I think he's found the pace. Yeah, a very good lag. Oh, I've got that all wrong. Am I out of sync already? What the hell happened there? Larry's supposed to be on the left, and as far as I was concerned, he won the lag. That's weird. I'm going out the room and coming back in case something's went pear-shaped already. It's always the case that the player on the left is the one at the bottom of the HUD. Well, Matt broke, so I don't know what happened there. And he's already got himself in trouble. The cue balls went too far up the table. It's went out the kitchen. So Matt will be disappointed with that. So this is an opportunity Larry needs to make the most of straight off the bat. He's back in unexpectedly. So Happy Dolo, for those of you who don't know, Happy Dolo is, he has an Irish flag, an Irish Republic flag. Never spoken to him before. He PM'd me yesterday. He said, I've got a problem with black ball. I thought, right, I'm not 100% familiar with all the rules of black ball, but anyway, show me what the problem is. And, I've got a video on my YouTube channel trying to explain what's happening and how I've sort of tried to work out what the sort of crossover bug is. But it's the weirdest one I've ever seen. And I can't wait till Steve gets back. So if you get a chance, go and look at it. Yes, I do ramble on a wee bit, but have a look at it if you get time. And the weirdest thing of all is the fact that it only happens when Happy Dolo's playing. And I can't work that one out because I tested it in a challenge room on my own and everything was fine. Yet if you go into a challenge room with him, like I did yesterday, weird things happen. And he said he'd been trying to contact support about it. I'll find out whether Steve can remember whether he has been in contact with him, but I don't think he's been able to explain. Well, that's I never suggested that to him, but I don't think we're quite at that stage yet. I think that would be the last resort. I think Steve needs to have a look at that video to start with to try and fathom anything out. I mean, well, I've looked at the rule settings in black, but now I mentioned yesterday I was trying to find out in the lobby. Larry's the one that would remember in testing that some of these 8-ball games, when you're going to conclude the game, how you pot the last 8-ball can be variable. You can choose to pot it. One of the options is to choose to pot it in the last pocket that you potted your last ball in. Whether it be solids or stripes, and you have to pot the 8-ball into the last pocket that you potted your last ball in. And that seems to be something that has infected Happy Dolo's black ball game. I don't know why the hell that would happen. But believe me, I was in the room with him. I potted the black ball, and when you look at the video, you'll see that I could only pot the black ball into the pocket that Happy Dolo actually pushed my last yellow ball into. I couldn't choose any other pockets. And in black ball, remember, you don't need to choose the pocket that you're potting the black ball into. Yeah, well, there is. I know there is, because we did do it in the testing. But don't ask me what 8-ball game it's available in. But it definitely is. Somebody will know. Larry's the type of guy that remembers that stuff. He'll remember that stuff from testing. But you've got the main thing you have to remember is that in black ball you don't nominate a pocket for the 8-ball. You can slot the 8-ball in black ball, I believe. You know, you can aim it for a corner pocket, it rattles in the jaws and then drops into the side pocket. It's still a legal shot. It's definitely one of these silly versions of 8-ball. But Steve, I mean, if it is some sort of genuine bug, then Steve's got a head scratcher, because Happy, for it to be one player to have some weird issue like this is quite extraordinary, I think. But then again, I mean, Steve might say, well, it could be something corrupted in his download and he needs to do a proper clean install, in which case, you know, that's the last resort, and then he tests it after that and see what happens. But anyway, that's for when he gets back. He'll have fun in games with that, I hope. And meanwhile, Larry back at the table again. So Matt's gone downhill from this morning. I think I've jinxed him. He's only got 9 in the board. But he really was, from what I saw this morning, he was pretty solid. And no sooner do I say that than Larry's now rattling them in the jaws. But again, having come into the VP4 lobby, I didn't see Larry actually putting in any time, getting some table time and practice. I've just noticed something's missing here. Hang on a sec. Let me have a look. Something is missing. My viewer count is missing. Was he practicing? He must have been practicing before I came into the lobby. Just bear with me. You're going to maybe have a frozen screen in a second or two, but I'm trying to find my viewer count. Something has gone amiss there. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I'll need to have a look at that some other time. It's disappeared. I don't know why. Well, Larry's building up a healthy little lead here. Well, I suppose one way to make this an interesting game is that, you know, Matt's going to get back to the table at some point, and he should then have full focus on, because he's going to have a fairly hefty deficit to make up. Well, he's a bit straight on this 5 ball, but that's the one I would like to get back in its spot, and Larry doesn't like it because it is too straight. The idea would be pot the 5 and stay up top and use the 3 to the 5, so he's going to have to pull off a shot here. And again, he's missed an easy 1 ball. Matt's going to have to get things tidied up here. That's a reasonable line for the force follow, but if you don't, Matt's going for the thin edge, you see, and the force follow was actually the more reliable shot, but when they're at a slightly tighter angle, they're not quite as easy to read, especially if you don't play this game as regular as some folk. Or did he get the edge? Or did he hit the 1 instead? Maybe that's what happened there. I think that's what happened. So we've still got a high run in this tournament by Interchange X, who's over on the 1-loss side, and Cobra's the only player that has come close to it, to my knowledge. I think Cobra's had a 74, but or maybe was it a 74 or 84? Cobra will be the first person to tell me that. But anyway, nobody's beat it yet, and I'm surprised it's still sitting at 91. And Matt's only accumulated 21 points in about 4 or 5 visits, which is rookie standard at Cowboy. So he's gone real downhill since this morning when I watched him. He really has. I've put the mockers on it. In a thin edge. Now, of course, he's the wrong side of the 1 ball, so he wants to get up table. He could go 2 rails to do that. But again, he's trying to work things with the cue ball with loads of English there, and you're far better bailing out and taking the risk up the table than trying to be really cute with the cue ball there. He had loads of English on that to check it and kill it and try and keep it for the 1-5, which, was all right in principle, but it was a far more difficult shot. He'd been better just cutting across 2 rails to get up top. And so Matt, now we get another opportunity to get back in this. Now, on any other day, Larry may well have got that 1 ball and he would have been off and running, but it was, it's a fairly high tariff shot at that type of cut angle with loads of English, because you're very easily going to send a cue ball way offline. And it just looks like a very poor pot, but you're not going to miss them as bad as that unless you are putting loads of English on it. And now Matt is in good shape now. He's got things more or less under control. And now it's in very good shape. You pot the 3, you stay up there, you've got an easy carom, whatever one you choose. But of course, you're still trying to keep one of these balls in play for a reasonable pot. And now he's out of line. Now he needs a recovery pot, neither of which are gimmies. But this cue ball, once again, should be heading up table. And the further it opens out, the better chance he has of getting the carom, and that's reasonably good. But again, he's got to be careful it's not half ball below the 5 or he'll scratch. Well, he got it thin enough, but he hit it in the bottom side. So he's slowly but surely eating into this deficit. Now that needs to slow up or keep going. And he's almost dead in line. I don't think he can get this. No. He's going to have to go and use up some of the acreage in this table, I think. Well, he's convinced himself he can squeeze this and catch something of the 5 ball. Yeah. Well, he's got the double hit off the 1 onto the 5. That'll work. Now, is he blocked off again? No, he was on the carom. What am I talking about? Well, that'll do it. Just needs to dink the 1 in. Doesn't need to hit this hard. Just dink it in. Leave the cue ball somewhere on the right. And again, what you want is the half ball hitting the 5. Well, he's actually hit it full in the face, but banked it. That'll still work, though. Now, the usual rule here, get below the 1. Unless you're trying something elaborate. And he's within touch and distance. The run is 41. This is the type of contributions that Matt was making this morning, and this is good enough to be winning racks or put you in really strong positions if your contributions are as heavy as this on a fairly regular basis. And the other point to make here is he's doing it when it's needed, when he had to do it. A good little recovery using the 2 rails. Again, the 3 ball is in a handy position. Keep this going. Now, he might want to try, well, he's going to use the rail again. Now, you've got to get this thin. Oh, I thought he was going to go 3-1 there. Watch the cue ball.
Where's the cue ball going?
That's the danger, and there goes a healthy visitor, 51 down the pan. He should have used the thin edge the other way to get to that 1, and that's what hurts. But speak of the devil, there's Happy Dolo was in the room. So Larry has been reprieved. Matt's committed the cardinal sin when you get a decent run. He's lost them all. Now the question is whether Matt's going to be made to regret that. But Larry having to dig out a recovery carom, he misses it and his visit is only 5. So Matt's having to start all over again. Needs to keep a ball in play though, and that's the problem. He's now out of line big time and having to try and manufacture a pot. And he misses a double bank. And Larry's back in. So Larry's now odds-on favourite to get to these caroms and really ramp the pressure up. And Larry stalled in 3 again. Well, this is an easy one to follow up. You're cutting the 3 in, you're coming across the table, and you'll be lined up reasonable as long as you don't go straight. And that's perfect. Once again, just pot the 3 and stay there, stay up the top end. Well, he's coming up the table. The reason I say stay up the top is if you don't get perfect, you're going to have a shot either way, either to the 1 ball or to the 5. So again, he just put his all his eggs into one basket and it only had one shot option there. But the option or the opportunity was there to give himself two options. That's something that you should always think about as well. I mean, there are ways to increase your opportunities to get the follow-up carom. Then again, if you're really happy that you can control that cue ball good enough and get there, then that's fine. So once again, it's deja vu. Matt is within touching distance. The run is 31. And now a wee bit out of line. One and five are sitting good though. You see, this time now he's gone into line. And he'd have been far better leaving the 5 and 1 open on their own. So now he's having to play a long force follow. And he's got there, but now he's hampered. So easy to get yourself out of line in this game. Everyone rolling along very nicely and you end up blocking yourself off one way or another and then having to dig a shot out to stay at the table. But so far, so good. And it's another contribution in the 40s so far. Taking him to 79. Now he's going to have to play the combo, I think. Yeah. So he's working hard. Imperative that he keeps this lot of points he's making. Misses it in the way up, I think, unless it's a VP4 referee call. Looked as if it missed it. So the run ends in 46. Still short of the caroms, and Larry, I think, can he see this one? No, he can squeeze the 5 in. So now Larry should be at the carom phase. And of course, I've jinxed him straight away. Yeah, if you're not sitting good, it's calling in all your resources to dig out a good carom and to really, use your imagination, see the shape of the shot. And once again, Larry's back in. Don't let anybody tell you Cowboy's an easy game. It's far from it when you're in a tournament and the opposition are getting gradually tougher because you know that they can mete out the same punishment that you can do. Big question to ask here is Larry going to get to 90? Now, he's got to keep the 1 ball alive here because he's going to have to work with that. He can't pot the 5 after making this carom. He's going to be an 87 and the 3 ball's dead in the water. It's up top. So he needs to get this half ball and he hasn't. And that's the problem. He had to get it half ball, so he was going left or right to play it into the corners. You still can get this thin. And now he's in no man's land. Sitting on 88. Well, the 3 ball's quite a big target. You can go to the rail and still catch the 3, no problem. Let me have a look at the line. Yeah, the line is not great off the 5 ball. You'd be going short of the 3, I think. And he's tried a 2-way shot there. Had he got the line better, if he'd missed the 5 this side, there was a strong chance he would have hit the 3, but Larry's still short of the mark. He can't get there. Now you see how Matt's got the table. He's now in 88 with the 1 ball over the pocket. And as long as he gets over to this right side, well, he's trying to get up. If he'd gone to the right side, he was fine. This is dangerous, you see, the way this is sitting. He's got it thick enough. And he's going to be good for the follow-up. Now this is all touch at this range. That carom takes it to 92. And quite a few more here for the taking. And we've just gone over the 30-minute mark for this first rack. And don't forget that Matt could have been almost, well, he could have been home and dry in this rack a lot sooner had he kept those 50-odd points that he made earlier in the rack. Was it 52 he got and then he scratched? Well, it's a long run for the cue ball, and the danger is banking the 1, playing that shot. He's hoping to get the little kiss. He didn't get it this time. And Larry has an ugly table. He's going to try the rail, see if he can get a roll of the ball here, kiss the 3 and bump the 5. And he's got it. And of course, he's got the carom, but look at the pot he's got in the 1 ball. That's a great shot. So now both players into the caroms, Matt with a 5-point lead. And Larry really needs to get to the rail first on this 3-ball hit. He doesn't want to be hitting it directly if he can help it. Well, he's brushed it nearer the pocket. Didn't get behind it far enough. Needed another half an inch more and he would have brought that 3-ball out a bit more. So now you can't really, well, you really want to avoid trying to play the 3-ball as a carom. It's almost out the game where it's sitting. Well, Larry can go, he can actually go right side of the 5-ball, miss that right side pocket, go up to the short rail up top and come down to the 1 on the left side. It's actually quite a big target going that way. He's having a look at it. To me, the odds are actually very high that he's going to get a hit in this 1 ball if he plays at that line. If he goes the line he's looking at left side, he's got to get it thin. Well, he's going multiple rails. But the problem with that is that the traffic of the object ball he's just hit. I think the inside line on the right side was one that would have avoided, or maybe best avoided, that double hit. But anyway, you live or die by your shot choices in every game you play. Matt's just trying to bump on top of the three. He's going to get it. But the three ball's well and truly out the... But he should also have the little follow-up here, although he's hampered right over the top of the three. He needs to get the one ball perfect, which he has done. But now it's going to be hard work for Larry to get back into this unless that three ball is accidentally knocked in one way or another. But I don't think Matt will be taking any risks like that. He'll be staying well clear, or at least he should be. A good attempt there. Now, Larry, at such time, needs to be switched on to any opportunity where he could pot that three ball, take the foul. Sometimes you have to play high-risk shots to try and get back into the rack, try and survive. And there is a right time and a wrong time to pop that three ball back onto its spot. Well, in actual fact, if that cue ball had knocked a three in there, that would have been, not too bad. It still would have meant Matt had to play a good carom. It actually would have been better if that cue ball had bumped a three in from that shot. Because Larry needs all the balls in play, and Matt's going to do the Cardinal Sydney. I thought, well, he can consider himself a wee bit fortunate with that one. Did he actually try that? I don't think so. I think he was trying to get to the one. Well, I know that when I'm in this situation in Cowboy, I'm switched on to the first opportunity to take the risk and get that three ball out in the game. It's no good sitting there. Now, people could argue, well, if you bring the three ball in play, you're giving Matt an extra ball to play with. Well, that's the risk you take. But, at the moment, Larry's trailing by 5. And now the 5 ball is out the game. That's going behind. Is it going to catch it? Well, what? Let me have a look at that one ball. See, the one ball is still outside the kitchen, which is no good if you're in Larry's position and thinking about potting that three ball and fouling, maybe potting the three and following it in. Good afternoon to Blind Hog. Welcome. Well, this is quite a good one for Matt. Big target. Right, I think Larry, it's not, the table's not in any good setup to take any risk in that three ball going in. But there might be a time. But Larry can try and manipulate the situation to his advantage. You've just got to be wily when you're in this setup here. Well, he's got a long force follow. Again, these are tricky at distance. He's got it. But it's all going to be hard work from here on in as long as the 3 ball's out of the game. It's going to be long drawn out. Yeah, you get into the cue ball too much there. It needed more of a stun, I think, to keep that straight. And Matt is almost there. But in playing the carom, that gets him to 99. The 1 ball's in a horrible spot. Now, this little bump, is it going to be to his advantage? No, because he's banked to 5 and error. The mistake's been made. But again, the table's not good for Larry to take any initiative and pot that 3 ball. But I think, I'll be honest with you, I think that's the farthest thing from Larry's mind at the moment. I don't think that, I mean, has that actually crossed Larry's mind? I don't know. Because I haven't seen Larry playing, well, you'll never see Larry playing Cowboy, let's be honest. But us Cowboy players are looking for an opportunity. If we're trailing in this situation, we're looking for an opportunity to take a risk and get that 3 ball in play. But now isn't the time. I mean, if you were really, really desperate, you could roll the 3 in and try and keep the cue ball in the jaws, but you're still leaving a possibility of a 3 to the 1 carom, and it's quite a big target, that 1 ball. It's too high risk. But like I said earlier there, it's going to be hard work for Larry to dig in and sort of creep back with the odd carom here or there. And all the time, Matt's doing stuff like this, getting himself onto 99 again. 1 ball's actually sitting not bad for the outshot if he was on it, but the cue ball isn't. And that's one thing I don't think I've seen in this tournament yet. Anybody who is trailing getting sort of clever and trying to manipulate the table to their favour and getting a ball at that 3 ball back in play. It's a very valid, deliberate foul, so it is, but only at the right time. Well, Matt's scratched. Now, the problem again is the 1 ball still up table. And he's going left side, long rail, trying to hit the middle diamond here. Yeah, he got it too thin. Matt's going to have the same shot, only a wee bit more open. And he's going right side. Watch that side pocket though. The side pocket's in line for where you really want to get to in the rail, so he's going left. And that's going to open up. Now this is thin in the right side this time. And that's too thick. You see how difficult it is. You know straight away as soon as you hit the object ball, you're far too thick. Well, now Matt was going all out there. And he had a decent, very decent position on that one ball. If he'd actually got close to it and got the hit. And now Larry's, well, is he going to go above the 5? Are you still going to probably knock the 3 in doing that? Now that makes a difference. And the obvious reason is that all the balls are in the kitchen now. Matt's going to play the one ball back into the table. Well, the one ball's gone in. Now, Larry, you've got to bite the bullet here. Now's the opportunity to pot this 3 ball, get it on its spot and take the risk. And if he uses the 1 ball to do it, that's probably even better. But the problem is the 5 ball's too adjacent. So it's a big risk shot here for Larry. Oh, and the 2 of them are locked in the pocket now. Oh, hell. They're not quite locked because the 5 ball's a wee bit further out. Well, I'm telling you now, Larry, you should pot that 3 ball. I'm saying nothing else, but you should pot the 3. Now, this is the scenario I was talking about, is there's a time when one of these balls are going to have to get in play. Larry's still 3 behind. Matt's virtually out if he can get one good legal hit where he isn't knocking these in and keeps that 1 ball in play. I have to say the odds are fairly slim in that happening, the way they're sitting. And now the 1 ball's back into the table. There was one opportunity Larry had to possibly get the 3 on its spot. See, now the 1 ball's back in the kitchen. Now, Larry should pot the cue ball here. And take the risk. If he pots the cue ball, it's whether Matt is going to just pot the cue ball to follow it up. Very interesting scenario that we've got ourselves into here. This could be a sellout. Yeah, well, it's a foul. Now, Matt should pot the cue ball. He's not doing it. Larry's in 1 foul. Matt should be potting the cue ball here and forcing Larry to make the move. Matt's in a strong position. He should be potting the cue ball. And I think he's listening. Oh, dear. Now, Larry should be making sure he pots something here. Oh, and he hasn't. Would you believe it? He's got the carom. The 2 balls are locked. Wow. Let's have a look at that again. Look at this. When are you going to see that again in this tournament? What a shot. And there goes the 3 ball. And that's actually the best thing that's happened there. Eventually, the 3 ball has gone in. But, you know, Matt's got a carom. But the 5 ball's going to be coming down into this safe corner here. Yes, Matt's got a chance at the outshot, but he's going to have to dig a shot out here. Big time. Thing is, if he's going to go 3 rails, well, he's trying the big draw. Whoa, it's a good effort. It's a good effort. And now well, Larry's pretty much back to square one here. But don't forget, Matt is on the outshot, so Larry can keep that one ball protected as best he can by keeping it in there. He's went all out for the carom, and now he's given Matt a fairly easy outshot. That was a mistake. I think Larry had to wait on a better time to, again, manipulate the 3-ball. That's not got the legs. It's a perfect line, but it didn't have the legs. There's lots going on here, Slim. This is the best tactical battle here. Well, Larry, this will be fatal if he does this. Well, that's all your eggs into one basket for Larry. Not necessarily the time I would have done it, but he's got the 5-ball in play and he's ramped the pressure on Matt, who's now got, again, a fairly good outshot here. It's probably a sellout. And in it goes. And I think that was the wrong move at the wrong time, Larry. But a very interesting first rack, which has taken 51 minutes. And don't forget, it would have been a lot sooner than that had Matt kept his points earlier on. And immediately Larry's not in great shape. He's got a cut into the side. Let me see if I can speed this up a wee bit. Hang on. That's better. I'm rotating too slowly with this Logitech G5 mouse. I've switched it to the higher DPI just to turn the camera a bit quicker. But Larry's first visit, only 4. That's probably, I think that's probably the longest rack that I've streamed in this tournament, 51 minutes. Well, he's coming down for the 5-1. Again, trying to keep a ball in play for the pot. So 1 ball should be the one he's potting because you've got a set up for the 1-5 carom. If he's potting a 5, he's going to have a long distance to go to get to a carom. And that is the shot. Well, potting the 5, sorry, the 3, he's not landed perfect, but he can get to this 5-ball with a bit of English. Well, he didn't put English on it. You always need the help in English so that if you're going to the rail, you're kicking into the back of the 5. See, maybe he was putting all his aim on the actual hitting the 5-ball, which is hitting it direct, which is what you don't want to do, because the odds are you're going to pot the 5 doing that. He had to have the help in English in the cue ball there to spin into the back of the 5. I think he missed a trick there, Matt. Because most cowboy players would look at that line and put the help in English on it, just to make sure that if you do miss it on the edge, that you're going to guarantee to hit the back of it for the help in English. Oh, again, Larry's in trouble. Not sitting good. Needing a very dodgy cut, very thin, or the bank. Tell a lie, he was playing a carom. My bad. It's getting to that time of night again. But this is where Larry's going to be caught out by the fact he's playing, you know, he's doing nothing but average contributions, not even average, you know. 10s and 11s don't get the job done. And he's not really ramping up any pressure on Matt. And Matt's already got a lead and can build on it. Now this needs to slow up. He doesn't want to go with the middle diamond, and I think he's fine. That's perfect. Middle diamond line is never good in VP4 Cowboy. You're generally looking straight down a line of balls with no shot on. Matt's now going to have to play the recovery. And that's going to get him up top, and that's as good a position as you could expect. Up top is good. Now 3 ball staying in play is good as well. So now he's under a semblance of control here. And the carom that he plays here is just a little brush to keep the 1 ball in play, send it towards the pocket. Now looking at the 5, it's going to be 5-3. But again, you need to stay good on the right-hand side. You don't want to come into too shallow an angle. See, that's just getting to borderline. So he's made his mind up. He's going to get it with a force follow. These are tougher to judge. But he's got it, and he's got the bailout ball with the 1 ball, and he's also set up the carom again. So just a bit fiddly over the top of the 5, but as long as he's lined up good enough, he should be fine. Well, top fans at the moment is Cloggy, who's gone silent, but he's got 75 XP points, tied with Botrix, which is the bot, and One Pocket Slim has only typed 1 line of chat, and he's in 3rd. Although why they give you XP points is beyond me, because you don't get any reward for it at all, which is strange. And Matt has just decided to lose all his points. So Larry's back in. Well, that keeps you at the top. I think it's just that. It's YouTube's idea just to get people participating in the chat, but that tends to lead to just loads of bullshit getting typed in just so somebody can keep it number 1. It'd be good if YouTube, who aren't necessarily short of the odd bob or two, to actually give some incentive to people. Slim, did you go and look at that black ball video that I had on my channel? Go and look at it if you get 20 minutes to spare. And then come back and explain it all to me. Because that's the weirdest bug you'll ever see in VP4. And it's a weird bug that only happens to Happy Dolo. Poor guy. This is why I can't wait for Steve to get back. I'm looking forward to him coming back. I've got that video to show him, and then he can explain himself to us. And every time I look back from the chat, Larry's finished at the table.
Where's the cue ball going?
Matt's back in. Cue ball stays in the table just. Cue ball's dead straight in the 5, or not much of an angle at all, so he's going to have to work the cue ball here to get some sort of shape.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, John Virgo got it right that time. You've got to laugh. Oh dear. And Larry's let off the hook again, but can he build up a lead here? Well, he's got a slender lead at the moment, but he really needs to knock a 30-40 in. He's got to be putting something like that here to get Matt to start thinking. And here's another thing. Somehow overnight, I've lost another subscriber. Explain that to me. Why are people subscribing and then unsubscribing? Are they just doing it to piss me about? I'll never get to 1,000 at this rate. Never. I suppose it's a sort of minimalistic type of trolling to actually subscribe to some poor bugger's channel like myself for a couple of days to get that number up and then think, right, well, let's just piss him off. Let's just unsubscribe. I mean, I'm still subscribed to one guy who does who did do what do you call it? He did combo maps for Eurotruck, and then he actually fell ill. He had some sort of disorder, not quite a stroke, but he made a video to let us know what had happened to him, and and he said he would be back, but we haven't seen him since, which is a bit worrying. But I'm still subscribed to him. And it's been probably it's probably coming up in 3 years since he last made that sort of explanatory video that he did. Oh, I mean, how many subscribers do you reckon I would have had if I had been continually begging for subscribers since 2000 and when was it I started? 2007. It wasn't long after YouTube started, as far as I can remember. If I had been one of these tech wizard folk that make and edit their own videos.
Where's the cue ball going?
and had done interesting subjects, stuff that people are interested in, then I would probably have a lot more subscribers. But unfortunately, I don't cater for the masses. I cater for the few. But there's a lot of YouTubers a lot worse than I am. And I've only got this far by longevity, not by quality product. Let's be brutally frank. I mean, 95% of my stuff is Virtual Pool 4. And the rest of it is Eurotruck, and nobody's interested in Eurotruck when I'm doing it. I suppose it would be more interesting if I was doing Eurotruck multiplayer, but I've got absolutely no interest in that whatsoever. None whatsoever. It's full of folk with dodgy connections, crap drivers, bumping and banging. Nah, there's no enjoyment in that. Watch the cue ball while he's hit it soft enough. But again, Larry's in that intermediary position where he's in 68. He's still got a fair ways to go to get to 90. And Matt's chasing down the deficit. See, the thing I like about Matt in this game is he's got the one thing, like Cobra, he's got the one thing that is very good for this game. And that is touch and pace on his shots, where the cue ball's in much better control. Now, a part of that is how you've got your mouse set, where you can play it, where you're stroking the cue and you're feeling. It's sort of difficult to explain. I used to have that in VP3 when I had an old mouse, which was the best mouse I ever had, and I played a lot better with it until it broke. And since then, I've been struggling to find a mouse that I really liked and could dial in properly, and I've never been able to do it. But when you have that sort of dialed in feeling with the mouse, and you know that you're controlling the shots a lot better. I mean, I could move the cue ball a lot better, and I can't do that now. Try as I might, I cannot control that cue ball as good as I used to. And back in the day when I was playing to a higher level, I was using an old, I wasn't using a metal mouse mat, I was using a cloth mouse mat. And the mouse that I was using, remember, was an old rollerball mouse. With all the shit and dirt that you got in the wheels, and you had to clean them. I had to clean them out and scrape them out with a nail file to scrape all the gunge off them from time to time. But that little mouse I had was the best mouse I ever had for VP. And it just died a death. And I've spent a fair bit trying to get a mouse that would work similar to it. And I've never found it yet. I've adjusted DPIs on fancier mice, still never found it. I've lost my mojo, and I lost it a long time ago, and some will say, well, you never had your mojo, but I did. I felt a lot better and a lot more confident when I was playing, and I don't have that now at all. None whatsoever. So I'll play a lot more poorly controlled shots than I used to do. But watching Matt playing, he's got a nice soft touch. You don't need to roll that ball very far. You don't need to hit it very hard. But what you do need to do is you have to pot them when you've got a pot. That's a big fail, but it's a good run of 60. And that gets him right back in it. And probably better that that happened than he started to get into a risky situation where he started running the cue ball. That's probably the best thing that happened to him there, is actually missing that 5. But it does give Larry another chance to get into the caroms and build up a little lead. Well, again, it's what you don't want to do. You don't want to push the 3 ball to the rail. Well, if he hits this 5 ball right, he might be potting the 5 ball next. Well, he won't be, because that's now gone out of shape. But now he can come back off the 3, hold the cue ball, and he's either got a 3 to the 1 or he'll have a 3 to the 5. So he should be set up pretty good here. And again, he's letting the cue ball run loose.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, that's a complete disaster. He's hit that far too heavy. He should have just dinked that in. Why didn't he just dink it in and drag off the pace and come up to about there, somewhere about here or there? To me, that's a very basic error there from Larry. He should never, ever have scratched that side pocket. But again, to come to his defence, he just doesn't play the game until this tournament. But now, Matt on the brink in the caroms again, and he's good to go, unless he's got that 5 ball in the wrong line. No, he's fine. Now that 5 ball, well, if he can stun into the 3. Ah, now it's ugly. Now it's very ugly. Now, can he draw? See, the problem with it, trying to draw from the 3 ball to the 1 is the 3 ball's going to come back and get the cue ball before the cue ball gets to the 1. Yeah, again, he's done the right thing. You know, just get a ball to a rail and don't take a big risk. Yes, he's given Larry another go, but the table's not good. Well, this 3 ball is a big target. Now, again, put a wee bit of right English in the cue ball. Just a wee bit of right in case you hit the rail. Well, he's gone direct to it. Still no good. He's still not 100% here set up to keep this run going. It's going to be hard work. And that's coming up too far. It's up way too far. Well, he can go either way. He can go 5 to the 1. It's a big target. In fact, that's the one. That's the shot he should be playing. Straight to the long rail, into the 1. And has he grazed that there? This will be a VP4 referee call. No, he hasn't. But again, he's not left anything guaranteed certainty for Matt. But he has made it, but the 3 ball's going to be dead. And here we go again, folks. Just like the first rack, the 3 ball's now dead in the pocket. And the 5 ball's gone, so there goes the 1 carom. Well, this time, Larry's taken the risk very early. The problem with that is he's done it at the wrong time. He's done it where he set Matt up here. Sorry, I'll tell a lie. Larry wasn't in 90. What am I talking about? That tells you that the brain's beginning to shut down. I've totally lost the plot here with the score. It's 1:15 bedtime for me. Well, 2 rails this time, Larry. You've got to go 2 rails to bring the cue ball back over to where the 3 ball is, because that's set you up with the easy carom. If he's going this side, he's got to stay this side, and that's pretty good. If he'd come out into the table any further, he was dead in the water. He would have had to go 2 rails. Well, this time he's gone behind the 1 with a little nudge, and now he's in good shape. Now he's got to think about this, because he's going to play the carom next. So now he's in 88. And the 1's on its spot. Now, when he plays this carom from the 5 to the 3, he's only going to have the pot on the 1 ball.
Where's the cue ball going?
Disaster. God almighty. Oh, dear. Throw the guy a bone, for goodness sake. One ball is going to block this. It's going to block it. Or is it? Yes, it is. If that had stayed short, he'd have been fine, but now he's locked up behind the 1. Going to go to the rail. And a good little recovery. And now he's got a couple of caroms here for the taking. Well, he's gone too straight, is he? No, I think he can get away with this, but he's going to be pushing the 1 to the pocket. Well, that's actually clever. You know, he's managed to try and squeeze it inside just to try and help the 1 out a wee bit. That takes him on to 95. 4 vital caroms he's got here. No harm in just ducking and diving to try and keep these. Yeah, he's sort of half-heartedly went for it there. More concerned about keeping his points. Well, this is last chance saloon for Larry in this rack. He's really got to get to the 90 and start eating into these caroms. Two straight and a 5, so he's going to have to work the cue ball a wee bit. And that's pretty good. That gives him 1 good option. And again, need to pay attention to the score. He's in 86. So the 1 to the 5 is 87. And now, with the balls gathered, now if that 1 ball doesn't cover the 3 spot, he's in very good shape here. He's in excellent shape. He could have a bad load of caroms coming up here if he can control it. He's just having a look to double check where the 3 ball's going, and the 3 ball spot's well clear. So now he plays the 5. Now you've got to play the 5 so that it's going to the rail and coming out. He's trying to thin the 1 and send it to the rail and catch the 3. He's got to hit this a wee bit more, just like that, to try and sort of keep things coming together. It's just threatening to break down now. But again, he can play this 1 ball a wee bit firmer and bring it across. But he hasn't. He hasn't. He should have hit that a bit harder to try and bank the 1 across a bit more. Now, this is a thin edge and a big target. It's all about the edge that he gets. He should hit this 1 without a great deal of difficulty. Now this, again, he wants to, even if he hits it full in the face, he won't care. As long as he doesn't foul. Now, the shot is up and down. He's got to go thin edge, into the rail, and into the side rail if he's going to risk it. That's the 1 shot you would do. the chances are you're going to get to the rail too soon. You really need to play this badly to scratch in that corner pocket if you're going up and down. But Larry's going to try and overcut the 5 and come across the rail that way, which is a safer move. No, he's actually going back to the 1. That's even better. I thought he was going to spin across to the 3. It doesn't matter. The vital thing for him is that he's in 97 and he's in with a shot at it. Just missed the back of the 5. But that's a vital, crucial visit for Larry. It puts him in front. He hasn't lost the points. But Matt grazes the 1. Table's ugly now. 1 point behind. But again, this is a two-way shot here. Missed the 3, hit the 5. Either or will do. And he's missed both. And Larry has a follow-through, an easy follow-through onto the 3. Oh, he's going to hit it too thick.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, Larry's fell into the trap again. Oh, dear. Well, that could be hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista, baby.
Yeah, that's right, Arnie. Because Matt's got ball in hand here. Now, again, well, he's caught it too thick. He was trying to sneak the rail past the side pocket there just to graze the 3 and keep the 1 and 5 in play, but Larry's been let off the hook. Well, this is nip and tuck, but vital for Larry, and Larry again played a high-risk manoeuvre there. Well, he shouldn't be cutting the 5 into the pocket, but it's a two-way shot if he's going to hit it hard enough. Well, he isn't. He's playing solely to the 3 ball. Now, he can also go 3 to 5. And what's more, he's got to, because the 1 ball's set for the outshot, he's got to go 3 to 5. He can't be going 3 to 1. He's got to go 3 to 5. The 1 ball's sitting there. And that's perfect. I thought he was going to go the other way for a second there. This is out every day of the week for 1 apiece here. Just take a half chunk of the 1 ball and you're always going to scratch. You don't need to do any jiggery poker with the cue ball. It's just a good half 1 ball and you're in. Or you're out, for that matter. And would you believe it, he's actually drawn it to the rail. That was one of the easiest outshots you'll get in Cowboy. And that might be it. That might be his chance come and gone. Although Matt's not got anything good here. He's just killed the 3 ball, really. Larry's still favourite now looking at this table, but the 1 ball's now dead. Oh, that's a great shot. That is a great shot. I think he might have just lost him, although I think he's missed the 3. Has he missed the 3 there? Yeah, there goes the 2 caroms. I can't help but laughing. Well, all your eggs into 1 basket, Larry. Pick a pocket. He's trying to go thin up and down. I'd be going, I think he's going right. He's got to go right side of the 1, not left side. Right side of the 1. He's going left side mainly because he wants to keep the 1 away from the 3. It's a far, far more difficult shot. But it's actually the right shot tactically, because if he'd gone right side of the 1 and not got out, the 1 ball was going to be coming up near the 3. And that's clever thinking if that's the way he was thinking. Because the table's ugly. And Larry doesn't want to be doing Matt any favours at this stage. And where's the 1 ball going? Because this again is all out. for Matt. Now, this is where you need to stun it into the pocket. You've got to get that little stun working. This for one apiece. Was he trying to draw it in? No, he's got it. He's nailed it. Well, there you go. See what happens when you can get to the caroms before Matt, Larry. You've got yourself a chance. So, a good rack to win. We're 50... Where are we here? No, we're an hour and 25 minutes into this match, and we've just played 2 racks, and I'm going to have a drink. Yeah, you're bloody right. I am muted. So now all the stuff I've just said for the last 10 minutes to Blind Hog, I'm going to have to repeat myself. And I'll start by saying this. What naughty things were you doing, Blind Hog, that caused Miasma to get so upset with you that he tossed you out the lobby? Or did he just mute you? Because if you're not explaining yourself and telling the truth, you do know that I'm going to find out, don't you? I'm going to have a word with that German guy. If he's upset you, I'm going to try and settle the situation. Or if you've upset him, then you're going to have to apologise to him for being naughty. Were you roughing up the pigsty and shoveling shit all over the place? Did you leave a mess behind you? You weren't running up and down the tables again, were you? I mean, look at the state of that bloody bar table that we have in VP4. That's all covered in pig shit. I mean, that's a disgrace. That's one table that you messed up. We don't want you messing up any other tables. Piglets must stay on the floor in VP4. So, tell us the truth. What naughty things were you doing where you received the wrath of miasma? And you need to be upfront and honest and tell us what naughty things you did or you think you might have done. Ah, right. Now you see, now we're getting somewhere. Messing about with a pal. Now, that's still being a bit vague. Now, why would Miasma find out about it? Was he in the room at the time? Messing around with a pal in a room. Now, unless you were reported by the inverted commas pal and Miasma wasn't in the room, then Miasma wouldn't know anything about anything. So this pal of yours, you want to have a word with him. And meanwhile, back to business here. Matt is on a roll. A run of 50 to try and reassert his position in this match. Oh, that's a clever little shot there. A very clever little shot. Plays a little bank draw in the 1 ball to get to that 5 to stay at the table. Excellent little shot. And now he's in excellent shape here. And he's just grazed the 3, the 5 ball. Stays in play. Now he can cut the 3 into the side. But if he's going to drop down below the 1, he's got to watch the line. He's trying to hold, well, he could hold it into the side. That's even better. I thought the cue ball was going to be drifting way down. Not having been up to look at the angle, but that's perfect. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to continue watching this. I don't want to jinx him. Well, now this needs to... Oh, it needed to roll a wee bit more, but he's still got a shot. He can play the little draw, the little thin edge. Watch the half ball. And now he's out of line. But he can recover it by... Well, he could drop the 3 in and go around the back of the 5. Now he's going 5-1. And this is thin. And if he pots the 1, even better. But he hasn't. Because he was lined up for the 5-3 there. He's still good. And he's good for the force follow to the 5. Now, you pot the 1 ball, you can go across for the 3-5. That's a shot. Takes him to 77. Well, now if he pots the 3, got to get up top and give him that half ball shot to the 5. Well, he won't risk that. He's going to probably try the thin edge of the force follow. This is difficult. No, he is. He's playing to the 5. He's caught it. And now he's back in line here. Okay, the balls they don't look great, but he's still fine. Now, the 1 ball won't go in its spot, I don't think. It's very debatable that it will. I don't think it does. And he's missed the pot in the 5. The run ends in 82, and he's only 10 short of getting a new high run. But I think that 1 ball wouldn't have spotted. It looks far too tight, and that's why he had to go for the 5. And he actually, it must have been frozen to the rail, because there's no way you miss that 5 ball if it wasn't frozen like that, and he just bumped it off the rail slightly. But a great contribution for Matt, and it puts him in a very favourable position and a strong position to win this 3rd rack. Well, I was saying that earlier, Blind Hog, that, Matt's got that very soft touch that, he's got the soft rolls in the cue ball, which is the control you need. It's a very reliable control. And Larry's going to have to let loose immediately here, because, again, he's in no shape. Great shape for the carom. Oh, has he skimmed past that? Don't tell me he skimmed past that 1. Yes, he has. Would you believe it? That is so thin. And what the hell's the VP4 referee doing? That looked as if it was a thin edge there. But nevertheless, it's only 14 from Larry. And, well, Matt's in a very strong setup here. Look at what he's got. 5 ball going in its spot. He's got a nice little force follow or a little stun to the 3, whichever he wants to do. And I think he's totally lost the plot there with that. No, tell a lie, he hasn't, because he was on a pot. That's why he played that. I just realised that. And, of course, he was in 89. So Larry's going to have to do a lot of chasing, and it's a big chase he's got to do now. So Matt, with that run of 82, was threatening the new high score, but still not got there. He won't care. I mean, that's just a bonus if you get that. But those type of contributions are putting you in a very favourable position for your continuation on the winner's side in this tournament, and also making a name for yourself as being a very high threat to whoever he's going to play in the rest of the tournament. That's assuming that he goes on to win this match, and he's not won the match yet. Larry's missed it again. Trying to find that rhythm and line, and he's not getting there. Well, Matt can have a blast at the thin cut, and if he gets lucky, he might bump one of these other balls. But the problem with that is, or unlucky, I should say, he would be getting an extra point, so he's banked it. 1 ball just spots. 5 ball heading towards the 3, but he's bumped the cue ball. I think he's still okay, though. I think he can still follow through. Miss the collision with the 5. They get what's called as jack, Slim. That's what they get. They get Jack. Make the rest of it up yourself. You know what I'm talking about. I don't think there's anything. Well, mind you, I haven't read what Steve's written in the tournament setup, but I'm pretty certain there's no prize or anything for the high run or for a 101, which there should be. It'd be a decent wee incentive for somebody. Meanwhile, Matt has again a shot from the 3, 2 rails into the back of the 5. He's going to the 1 ball, which was a smaller target. Larry's got a 2-way shot here off the 5. But of course, Larry's still not in the caroms. What am I talking about? He just wants to get started. He's set up good here, though. But this is where you must get to 90, Larry, because you've got to look at the scoreboard and think, well, Matt's only in 92. There's a great opportunity here for Larry. Great chance for him. But what's he done here? Would you believe it? He's going to have to go 2 rails. 2 rails around the corner into the back of the 5 and still have a pot on. And he's still good to go. And he has a great chance. Well, need to play the little stunt. Now, can he see the 1 ball? I think he can he? Oh, I don't think he can. It's too tight, is it? He's looking at the bedhead cut. He's thinking about that. It should be okay, though. And he's going to stay above the 3, which is good. Big opportunity here for Larry to turn the tables on Matt in this 3rd rack. Well, once again, I mean, he can pot the 1 as long as he keeps a line that he can get to the 5. If he pots the 3 and goes across left side, he's got a guaranteed carom. Guaranteed. He's just got to watch the line he has behind the 1 ball and he's fine. Well, now the 1 and 5. I mean, he can just drop that 3 in, stay inside on the rail. Just pot this in dead weight and stay in the rail. He doesn't need to get the cue ball out because he's going to go, well, he's getting the cue ball out because he's going to go left side of the 1 as we look. He could have stayed inside. Now, does he play this to keep the 5 ball over the pocket? Because the 5 ball going back in its spot, again, he's got a fairly good carom set up. Oh, that's gone dodgy, though. It's just gone a wee bit fiddly. Now, where is he? I need to remember what the score is. He's on 85. So this will take him to the 90. Now, that needs to slow up. Doesn't want to open up too much. And that's perfect. Now the hard work begins because these balls are not going to be in great shape. And I think he can cut that to the knuckle, to the jaw, and he'll be fine. As long as he's double-checked it and looked at it, he should have the carom to the 1. Oh, no. There we go.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh, dear. That's a huge fail. Huge fail at this stage. Into the caroms, and he's blown the lot. What's Matt done here? I think he's right on the point. Oh, no, he isn't. But I think the 5 ball's in line with the 3 anyway. And that's going to miss. And Larry's been reprieved again. And Matt's still only in 93. So another chance for Larry. And again, the table needs to be improved, which he can do straight away with this thin cut. Although he's bumped to one, he's missed the pot, but he's got the carom. That gets him started, because remember, it's an open table when you come to the table to start your visit. So that's a bit of a bailout he got there. You got second prize, but you'll take whatever you can get. And this is landed nice. And also, he can pot the 1 and the 1-5 sitting there. So this is looking good for a bit of a recovery again for Larry. Well, there's two ways to play this. You play the 5, come across for the 5-1. You pot the 3, stay up top for the 3 to the 5 or the 1. But that's perfect. And now again, you got to stay below the 1 and give yourself the option of 2 shots here. He's looking at the 5. That means, again, he's putting all his eggs into one basket. He's got to pot the 1 and stay below and give him a chance of 2 shots. But not only that, he's missed the 5. So that was a wrong shot choice there by Larry. I'll stick my neck out on that. He should have potted the 1 and stayed below. And meanwhile, he's immediately back in. Now, Larry could still been at the table here. He would have had 2 shots. If he pots the 1, stays below the 1, he would have had an option of 1 to the 5 or 1 to the 3. And he missed a trick there. And of course, keeping that 5 ball over the corner pocket's no good to Larry. He's got to get it in play. And now he has to produce a shot here. Now, if he goes thin up and down, he's got a chance of hitting the 5 or the 1. He might need to put a wee bit of right English on it, but he's going to try and go 2 rails to get to the 3 or draw straight to the 3 for the look of it. And he's got it. 5 ball goes in, which is a bit of a bonus, because now potting the 3 ball. Well, again, I'd be potting the 3 to give myself that chance of the 5 to the 3. Because the table's wide open. It's all about just watching where the cue ball's going. Well, as long as it goes over the left side. Now, this is an unmissable force follow, 5 to 3. And the fact that you're banking the 5 like that means you've always got the pot on. Now, of course, that takes him to 86. He's got the 3 into the side for 89. And he can go 5 to 1 if he stays that side of the table. Well, that's okay. It's doable. And he wants to play this gentle enough that he's just, if he hits the back of the 1, he's not going to scratch. But he wants to try and hit the back of the 1. A wee bit like that. And I think now he can draw from 1 to the 5 and bring the 1 back across. I don't think the 1 will get to the cue ball before the cue ball gets to the 5. He's going the other way, though. Well, the shot I would play would be the little thin edge and straighten it to the 5. And again, this is a let me have a look at the angle, see what it looks like. No, you see, that's no good. That side, it's too. You need to overcut the 5 if you're trying to come across the 1. And That is very tricky around the corner. He's trying to cut into the rail and get it. That was a good effort. Good effort, but well, he's in the game. The most important thing of all there is it's 21 very valuable points, and this one ball's not going to be any good, I don't think, is it? Well, it's not bad. I thought he was pushing it direct towards the pocket, but I think this is doable. Oh, just topside, and one ball's now very dangerous. And Larry looks as if he's coming up the narrow side, but he's got that all wrong. Or is he just playing a safety? We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Two-way shot. Cue ball stays alive. Now, can Larry get to the rail and kick the back of the one? I think he can, as long as he watches the line in the three ball that he's not potting it. Maybe that's what he's worried about. If he's looking left side of the five ball, he can play a two-way shot to the one ball or the three. But he's keeping it ultra safe. He's going five ball up table to the one, to the three, sorry. Got it too thick. But look what he's done. Has he done damage here? Yes, he has. That one ball sneaks out the back and you can roll on to the five. But he's not come out with the cue ball though. Now it's punched that away and is he trying to draw to the three? No. Oh, that's...
Where's the cue ball going?
And Larry's in. Table's not going to be... Now, he can play a risky shot here. He's got to try and make sure he's cutting the one up the table as close as he can get to that three. And the danger is that...
Where's the cue ball going?
Five balls gone. One ball's gone to a dangerous position. Now it's anybody's game, but Matt's got the lead. Three in front. Oh, now he's done Larry a favour. He's brought the one in play, missed the carom. Larry's not got a great starter though. Overcut the five, go at the short rail, try and spin up to the one or the five, and that's what he tried.
Where's the cue ball going?
Cue ball's still in the table. Either way, the shot is dangerous here, going from 1 to 5. That looks, it needs to spin, and it has done. Well, Larry isn't out of this yet. This is a tough one. Well, he's nailed it. 5 balls going up in a handy place. He's going to be awkward over the one, though, I think. Yeah, he might be inclined to play this off the one rather than he's trying to play the 3-5, but it's tough. Oh, he's missed it. And Larry lives again, and Larry's going to have a similar shot here. He's going to have to play the little wee bit of draw and spin to get to that 5. And the 3 ball's going in a good place, as long as it doesn't hit the knuckle. Not the 3 ball, 5 ball. Oh, but the cue ball's now locked behind the 3. Oh, now... I think he's going to miss the one taking this line. Is it? Oh, he's straightened it up. And a 2-pointer. That was very touch and go, but he actually nailed that perfect. Apart from the fact the 5 ball's gone dodgy. Double kiss to the 1, is it? Is he not going to double kiss the 5? Or is he playing the draw? That'll work. Oh, now I think the force follow is touch and go. The one's going to miss the 3. He could go to the rail up top and come into the back of the 3, though. That'd be a much safer shot for the fact that he might not bank the 1 in the process. He looks as if he's trying to go direct and miss the 3 ball with the 1, which he has done. That takes him to 97. And he's set for another force fall. Now you've got to judge the angle, because this is not a gimme. Where's the 3 ball going? That's fine, apart from the fact that there's a lot of yardage to get to either of them. Now he needs to think about protecting his points and not taking any undue risk here. These are 6 vital caroms. He doesn't want to throw them down the pan. The only thing I can tell you, Slim, is that earlier today, the server restarted on its own. That's all I can tell you. We were in rooms, and all of a sudden we were tossed to the lobby, and you know the banners all come back up, which I told Simon about. That's all that's happened earlier today. So maybe things are playing up a wee bit. But nobody's mentioned anything about that, though. You're the first person to mention it. Well, now the 5 ball is completely dead, which if your mat is well, it's not helping, but at the same time, he's only a point behind. Larry plays the bailout. Draw. Where's the 1 ball going? Oh, it brushes the 5. The 5 stays on the table. Well, he's got to go thin edge this side and go to the rail and up top, maybe hit the back of the 3. That's the shot. He's got to watch the cut angle in the 1 though in the process. But this could be good. Well, he's going to get the hit. The 1 ball's going to be in the table. And he's got the outshot. Outshot into the top right-hand corner as we look. And this is about picking your line. It's like a third of that 1 ball. Beautiful. Excellent outshot there by Larry. That's a cracking shot. Well, Larry with a 2-1 lead here, when I had Matt as a favourite from what I saw this morning. Welcome to Defty. Well, we never had any problems this morning. When, mind you, we weren't in any tournaments, so I can't say for tournaments, but in our rooms there was no problem, as I said, until that server restarted itself. I think VP4 might be barely surviving in an operation capacity by the time Steve gets back. He might have to actually go in and have a look at the servers and see if there's anything needs sort of flushing out or whatever. So we're into rack number 4. This match started just short of 2 hours ago at 7 p.m. British Summer Time. We are 8:58, just gone 59. And I've been really enjoyed this so far. And Matt Misses the carom. Well, if it had the legs, he'd have got it in the way back. And Larry, well, he can just bang the 1 ball onto the 5. And he's got a good carom to follow. Well, one thing's for certain, if Larry can construct a hefty visit here, he's really going to tie Matt up in knots here with the pressure of having to deliver. If it comes to pass that that's what Larry's going to do. But he's a mile away from that carom. I've immediately jinxed him. The visit ends in 11. And now the shoe's in the other foot. Does an 82 run with a big lead and then loses heart in this game? Yes, it does. Next question. Well, it doesn't hurt as much as running 82 and then promptly scratching. It doesn't hurt as much as that, but yes, it does hurt. You think you've gone a long way to winning the rack and then suddenly your pocket gets picked. Yeah. Well, it's even more significant if you're 2-0 down in a race to 3 and you get your pocket picked that way and you lose 3-0. Either way, it's an ugly scenario and you don't want to go down that road if you can help it. You don't want to do it. Well, Matt trying to get himself into that rhythm again. He's gone a bit pear-shaped here. He's trying the old bailout draw, but the 3 ball was going too fast and it got to the cue ball a lot sooner than the cue ball actually got to any other object ball. So Larry's back in. So here's another go for Larry trying to build that lead. And a possible match-winning lead. Now, we could be here another 90 minutes, folks, depending on how this rack goes. And we might have a decider. You never know. But immediately Larry's into this bad habit that we've all got in Cowboy, and that is his piddly wee visits, not making any inroads. So Larry's trying to find his feet again. And Matt trying to roll the 3 in. Doesn't get there. Larry's back. And he's just trying to get something into play that he can work with. Well, he's got a chance. 3 ball is a big target, but there's a big gap around the back of it as well. That's the problem. Not the 3 ball. Did I say the 3 ball there? I meant the 1 ball. And Larry found a gap. Back to you, Matt. Tit for tat it is here. None of them want to score. They want to give the other guy the best of opportunities to put a big score together here in this rack. Nobody's grabbing the bull by the horns and taking the initiative. But rest assured, if you're going to give your opponent multiple opportunities, you would think that sooner or later one of these guys is going to kick in. Matt's going to have to hope it's him before Larry, because obviously having to chase the game now, he's under that little bit of pressure. Well, I had Larry as the underdog. Well, I was saying that before the match started. I had Larry as the underdog purely because I watched Matt playing Yamaguchi Taro this morning, and Matt was pretty hot. I mean, he was having good, solid visits, good scoring visits, and he was doing very well in the caroms when I watched him. But you can't expect to be playing like that all the time, but that's why I put him as favourite. And that's mainly because Larry doesn't play cowboy at all until this tournament comes along. And Matt, for that matter, doesn't either. But Matt was fairly impressive this morning when I was watching him. But, Larry's an experienced player, and that's the difference. You give Larry long enough at this game, he's going to eventually warm up. He's going to eventually find his lines better, and you're going to find yourself in trouble. Oh, look at that. Look at that, what that 5 ball has just done there. It's just bumped to 3 out the way for the carom. And Larry's back in again. And he's back out again because he's missed the carom. Oh, and look at the ugly table. He's just left Matt as well. Or has he left the force follow on? Yes, he has. Oh, this might be one of these racks. You get them on quite a lot of occasions where neither player can construct anything at all, and it's just bits and pieces till eventually one of them falls into the caroms, and then we'll maybe get a match on. It's looking like that is going to be bits and pieces all the way, I think. And he's missed a two-way shot. Is he going to get the back end of the 5? Yes, he is. Of course he is. That's one reason you need to get the pace in the cue ball sometimes. So that was a huge bailout there he got. Now, is that going to be significant? I mean, he could score a barrel load here now and be into the caroms. You just never know with this game. Now, can he pot this 3 ball and bump the 5 out? He'll be trying to do that, I would think, if it's a possibility. Let's have a look. No, I don't think that he can. Well, he could maybe chip something of it, but he doesn't want to get too greedy. And he might not even be bothering with it. No, he's quite right. If he finishes low in the 3, he can catch the 5. Oh, he's gone dead straight. Would you believe it? That's the other cardinal sin you don't want to do. And Matt's English has brought him behind the 1. Now Larry can certainly move it. And Larry's now 25 behind. Matt's just opening up the gap. Even though the visit was only 11, he's just opening up that gap a wee bit more. And Larry's got to redress the balance here. Well, he's went the other way to bump the 5. That'll work. And now stay up top or go square for the 3-5 to follow. Needs to slow down. He doesn't want to hold the spot. Oh, I tell you, he is riding a fine line there, but he's got away with it. And he's just grazed the 5. The 3 ball stays in play. He's going to be hampered, though. He really does want to. I think he's reasonably okay. He can pot it. Staying up top. I see Larry's getting into the cue ball too much. That was just a stun. He's put too much bottom in the cue ball there. I could see that when he was setting up to play it. He just got too much bottom. You just want to stun that square. And once again, a paltry visit from Larry. He's still trailing. He's going to be further and further behind here. And now Matt's pretty much immediately got things into good shape here. Oh, Larry could be regretting these opportunities he's had already to get rid of that deficit, and now he doesn't know how far he's going to be behind. He's going to find out, though. Right, I'm going to ask you guys once, please hit that subscribe, that like button. Thank you very much. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit subscribe. I've already lost 2 in the last 48 hours. I don't know why. Nobody will tell me. You don't want this, though. You don't want this. Now he's going to have to try and bump them all away and go through to the 1. And he's got it. And he's going to have a pot. And he's going to have a carom 1 to 5 to follow. And that's a good recovery there for Matt, because that's the ugly position you never want in Cowboy. Still good. He can drop through and line up that 1 to the 5. Big target, the 5 ball. Still got the 1 in play. Now you can run up the table a wee bit here. You don't want to be hampered by the 3, but I think he's still good. That now takes him to 79. So he's in good shape, looking good. Has he got a pot, though? No, he hasn't. That's not what you want. He's going to have to play the recovery shot here, and these 2 balls are sitting isolated. So now it's suddenly become hard work, and he's not quite there yet to the caroms. This has got the legs. This is very nice. Very nice shot. Lovely pace. The 5 takes him to 90. 89, sorry. I can't count at this stage of night. Now, this is touchy. There's no way he's going to pot the 5 if he just feathers it. No way will he pot it. He's trying to go the force follow, but I think he should have been a wee bit braver there. If he just feathered the 5 soft, the cue ball would have had the legs to get to the 3. There was no high risk there. But the significant thing is he's still short of the 90. And Larry's not quite in touching distance yet, but he's got to not be too far off it from this visit, and he's killed the 3 ball. Oh, that is no good. That is not good at all. Well, doesn't want the double kiss. He wants to get that 3 ball out of there from this carom. But he's trying to go to the 1 that's a safer shot. Now he hasn't got a pot. Well, he's not getting anything easy. Yeah. There's your only option there, Larry. Yeah, that is tough. And this 3 ball could be a double kiss. Trying to get to the 5 if Matt was going to try and play that to get it in play. He's obviously potted a 1 to get the 1 point he needs. But I don't know that the force follows on here. I think that 5 ball is going to be reasonably close to the 3. He's having a go at it, though. And he's got away with it. That was well done. And look at how it's set up. It's looking more and more like a final rack decider.
Where's the cue ball going?
Would you believe it? Disaster. Wow. Look at that. Just when I'm buttering Matt up for a final rack decider, he's a big sellout. And he's back to 89. And Larry lives again. And this could end up a nightmare for Matt. That scenario is definitely on. Well, what's going to happen next in this? I mean, all sorts of possibilities and outcomes are online here. I mean, next time Matt gets to the table, Larry could be in 96. That's a distinct possibility. Having said that, Larry's contributions in this rack don't lead you to believe he's going to do that, but the beauty about Cowboy is you could do that at any time. Disaster!
Where's the cue ball going?
You've got to laugh. Am I the only one that's laughing? Oh, you cannot write the script. You cannot write the script to this. But this is the whole beauty of Cowboy. I mean, we're seeing it all in one rack here, and all at the wrong time. And suddenly Matt's into the caroms again. 3 balls not sitting too bad where it is. But this is bad. This is no good. Is that going to get there? Oh, he's just rested it. He's just sat on top of it.
Where's the cue
Where's
ball
the 5
going?
ball going? Another disaster. Unbelievable. I don't think I've enjoyed a Cowboy match for a long time as a spectator, because everything's happening in this. A comedy of errors. And Larry's still a ways behind here and having to dig out a pot. He's guaranteed a carom, but he's going to have to dig out a big pot in this 3 ball. And if he doesn't get it, he's setting Matt up. And he's got it. No, he hasn't. He's hung it. Well, at least he's hung the 3. Because Matt's only got these 2 balls to work with. And they're now not sitting good. That gets him back to 90 for about the 3rd time in this rack. And this time, he's kept his point. So he's now officially into the carom phase. He can't go back the way now. The match is in the balance here. If Larry can get something on the board and keep them. Well, now he's going to have the opportunity to get that 5 ball out. If he pots the 3 and plays the 1 to 5, but is he going to pot the 5? Well, he's got that choice, but now if he's going to do that, he's going to be going up table, and he's only going to have 1 shot at his next one. And this is very doable. This is pretty good. Just straight to the 3. Needs a ball to stay in play though. And he's sort of there, but again, the line that he's potting this 5 ball in is not great for the follow-up. And he's missed it. And Matt is going to have to go right side of the 1, chip the rail into the 5. Just grazes it, I think. Draw shot. I mean, these are obvious. The reason they're obvious is because you've got no real alternative. And now the table's completely ugly. And Larry's got to live in the hope because Matt's only in 92 or 93 now. And he's in... Well, I think he can. I think he's okay with the one ball that he can get to the 5 and not pot the 1. Now, these are vital caroms that he's got at the moment. Is he going to keep the points? 4 vital caroms he's got. And this looks like the 5th if it doesn't hit the knuckle. And it's hit the knuckle. Larry lives again. And this is last chance saloon, I think, this time, Larry. In this rack. Now, with all of these scratches going on tonight, we haven't had a...
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
That was well overdue. Larry moves on to 71. Pot the 3 and stay there or thereabouts. Don't want to go too square. And that'll do. Same again. Same again. Pot the 3, stay up top, leave the line for the 3 to the 5. But there's still a possibility of a 3 to the 1 if things don't go right. You're giving yourself 2 options. It's all about keeping a ball in play till you can get to 90. And the important thing is you have to keep the right ball in play when you get near that last few numbers that you need. So, if he pots the 3 is going to be isolated. So the obvious shot is the 1. And he's completely made a howler with that.
Where's the cue ball going?
Now, why he had to slam that as hard, I don't know. He's now set Matt up with a starter. Where's the cue ball
Where's
going?
the cue ball going?
Goodness me. And now we're back to this scenario we had a few racks ago with this 1 ball over the pocket. And Matt's still scoring without it. And what's more, it's there for the outshot. Watch the 5 ball. Oh dear.
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
I see Miskin beat Fox. Yes, it was a forfeit. It was actually a good match. I'll tell you something, Slim. It's at the end. What match was I streaming before it? I can't remember, but I went to that match after I finished the first match, and that Miskin guy, he is by far no numpty. He is by far no numpty, that guy. Keep your eye on him. Mr. Fox was busy doing work at the time and had to forfeit. But that could have been a bloody great match. But I'll tell you something. I hope that this Miskin guy stays and actually plays his matches. I think he's got every reason to, because he has got his head screwed on. And yeah, I would be worried. Welcome to Coldest Pillow. I never saw you there. But no, I've seen enough of that Miskin guy to know he is not a numpty at this game. He definitely has his head screwed on, and he's got a fair idea of what he's going about. And also he scored. I can't remember what his high run was that I saw, but it was a substantial score. And he's going to be very dangerous. Now, I hope I don't jinx him by catching him on a good night and then he's total crap in his next game. But no, I think he knows enough about what he's doing to be very, very dangerous and not to be taken lightly, maybe just because a lot of people haven't seen him. I certainly hadn't seen him till the other night. I hadn't seen what sort of level he was at, but I've seen enough of him of him to think, right, don't even think about it, that you're going to mess about when you're playing him. Aye, well, if that's the case, I'm at work at those times. I mean, he is from the UK, I think, but I've never really seen him online an awful lot. But I seen enough of him the other night to know he's not to be messed with. And meanwhile, Larry has got himself to 90. Matt is back at the table on 95. And he's a country mile away from that one. And the table is ugly. Larry is going to have to dig out some sort of starter here. And it is a horrible table. It still keeps Matt as the favourite. But you're only looking for one good starter. And you never know what can come from it. Oh, that one ball is directly in line with the 5, and Larry's got away with it. He's got away with it big time. And I think Matt was a bit miffed there that he didn't have something easier to follow up, because look what Matt's done. He's lined it up with a perfect little force fall, a little drop through onto the 5. Oh, would you
Where's
believe
the cue
it?
ball going?
Unbelievable that Larry's missed that. I mean, that. And I think he's actually corner hooked him in those 2 balls. Oh, look at that for a rub. And the 3 ball's gone. Oh, this is going crazy. Oh, look at this.
Where's the cue ball going?
This is too much for me. Look at this. In the space of 2 shots, and Matt's back in, and he's lined up the 3-5. Oh, this is hilarious. Oh, God. I probably streamed one of his matches in that 10 ball. I can't remember. I wonder if these guys aren't even typing in the chat, so I don't know whether they're laughing or crying, but I'm having a good laugh. Well, Matt, on the brink of taking this all the way, and this could not be set up any better. Well, here we go, folks. Well, that was a hilarious rack. That was strange and weird, if ever you want to see it. But after 2 hours and 27 minutes, we are down to the decider. Matt breaks off in rack number 5. And what the hell have we got next? Five balls now gone. Dodgy. It would be good if we can just draw onto it and just bump it out of there. I think he's missing it though. So Matt's visit is all too short. Larry in the same position. He really wants to get the 5 ball in play. And that's a good shot. What's he got as a follow-up? Well, I think he's got an easy brush 5 onto the 1. No. I don't know that he played that. He's got away with 1 there. He's got the second prize, Karam. And again, you'll take that. I think he was playing to the 1. He might turn around and say, no, I wasn't, but I think he was. Now, if you get away with something like that and it's genuine, wouldn't it be great if you could put your best visit of the night together to take control of the match? Now, I don't think Larry's put anything you could describe as a substantial visit, let alone one right at the start of a rack. As it is now, that potential is there that he could, when it matters. This isn't going to be good, though. Or is it? I think it is. He's landed perfect. I thought that was going to be too straight, but he's fine. Now, this one ball needs to cut off the 3, and it hasn't, but he's still got the bailout cut in the 5. And as long as he doesn't hit any of these up top and comes back into the table, he still should be reasonably okay. And he's coming across the right side for either the 5 to the 3 or the 3 to the 1. I think he'll go for the 5 to the 3 because I think the 3 to the 1 is a long distance force follow. If he goes 5 to 3, he can get it thin, and if he misses the 3, he's got a chance of catching the edge of the 1. Well, I mean, yes, he's got the 5 ball, but he'd really like to get one of these back and play the 3 ball's a favourite and not go too far. And that'll do. Just a little thin brush. Oh dear, he got it far too thin, and that's a great escape there from Larry, because that almost went pear-shaped, and he knows it. He got it too thin, but he's still at the table. But can he keep the points? Doesn't matter how much is on the count at the moment. It's all about keeping them. And Larry's temptation, well, he needs to stop it getting the better of him. If he gets into dodgy shape when he's got a hefty count on the board, he doesn't want to risk anything and throw it away, because this could be a very vital visit here. Well, I'm fine. I don't have to get up for work tomorrow. I've still got another day. But I'll need to go and get a coffee and watch a bit of telly, even though it's crap, just to sort of settle down, because my head's buzzing. I couldn't go to bed and sleep right now. My head is buzzing watching this. I mean, I'm really enjoying this. I mean, it is a match. There's no doubt about that. But all the fun and games that happened in that last rack was hilarious. It just epitomises exactly what Cowboys like. And it's like that for us in doubles a lot of mornings when we play it. It's like that. You can't keep your score. You keep doing stupid stuff. You keep scratching. And in the end, you've just got to have a good laugh at it. But it's great watching other guys doing it. That's where I get the most pleasure, watching people suffer. I mean, I'm a bit of a... I just love the suffering of other people in this game, not my own. I get great pleasure and enjoyment seeing people making a complete arse of themselves. It's hilarious. Only one like, what a bunch of miserable bastards. That's all I'm going to say. It takes you 2 seconds to tab out and hit the bloody like button. I mean, what does it take for these people just to hit the like button? Try and help us. Try and help the bloody YouTube algorithm. Or piss off to Twitch. One of the two. Make your choice, but do me a favour, Just hit that like. There, now that was asked very nicely, wasn't it? That's not going to upset anybody. I mean, who am I going to offend by saying they're a bunch of bloody lazy bastards? Hit the like button. I left out the expletive there, you'll notice. Well, I've got honest viewers and I'm honest as well. So you've got to take the rough with the smooth, but hit the bloody like button for Christ's sake. I'm getting distracted here. I want to keep an eye on what's going on here. Well, what has gone on is Larry has got a lead. And Matt's going to have to try and redress the balance again here. He's got a wee bit of pressure on him, needs to put a score on. Right, let's have a little rundown of the top fans at the moment in the chat. Let me tell you what's happening. We've got Botrix, which is just a bot with the intermediate post that it puts about hit the subscribe button and stuff, and you are watching VP4. It's in the lead on 225 XP. In second place is One Pocket Slim on 175 XP. Coldest Pillow, who can't shut his bloody mouth and has started rabbiting, he's jumped way up into third place on 125. And in fourth place is Defty. Still in fifth place is Cloggy Chimpy on 100, who is now gone to bed and has got bored to death. Somebody called No Doubtable, whoever the hell they are, no offence, they're on 75. And Interchange X is on 50, and I didn't even notice he was in the stream. So, welcome to Interchange X. If you've said anything in the chat, I've missed it. I don't know if he's still there, but he's done something that's given him some points. Whatever that might be, I don't know. Ah, there he is. Speak of the devil, I've just read the message. Well, thank you very much. There you go. Thanks very much for the like. This has been a good match for mostly the wrong reasons. But Matt still trailing, but still scoring. And we still, and of course the news for Interchange X is that he still has the high run of the tournament. And Matt was within touching distance. I think he was 10 short. And I think he missed the carom. He was on the brink of getting a new high run, but just came up short. And that deficit is coming down. Well, this has been the best match of the tournament for pure enjoyment for me, because that last rack was hilarious at times. Well, Larry's sitting with his fingers crossed, thinking, well, I'm going to get another chance at this. But what's the scoreboard going to look like if and when he does? Well, again, the shot is pot the 5 and get yourself up top. That's where he's headed, and this looks good. That looks very good. That's, you know, you'd like a wee bit straighter than this. Now he's in between a thin edge and a force follow. He's just making his mind up. Now the 5 needs to graze that so that he can get it in play, and that'll do it. So he's still in reasonable control here. Doesn't want to go too far up the middle. That'll work. And that cue ball has gone. What a disaster. I was too late
Where's
with the
the
John
cue ball
Virgo.
going?
Well, how many had he made there? Well, whatever he made, they're all gone. And Larry, with a 38-point lead, cannot believe it. So he's going to play the draw and the pot and the carom at the same time. Open table. Well, that might be the fatal mistake that Matt has made there. Well, is there any more twists and turns going to happen in this match? Well, there it is. Commentator's curse. It has happened immediately. Look at that, folks. I had barely got the sentence out. In fact, I hadn't got it out, and Larry's hung the one. Now, that is top class from me, so it is. That is superb, high-quality jinxing. And Matt's held the one spot. I mean, that's a record for me. I mean, barely getting the sentence out, and I've jinxed Larry straight away on that one ball. That is a world-class jinx. There's no one can match that. Well, I did say any more twists and turns. We immediately got that. I think anything can happen in this. I think it could even end up 100 apiece, battling out on the one ball. But Matt's still got a long way to go. He's got to get himself back in this. Now, he's got to keep that cue ball just there or thereabouts. Well, he's bumped to one. Now, if he played that, that's perfect. Oh, but he's missed the one ball. He's missed a sitter of a carom. Look at this. He's missed it. And Larry lives again, and Matt's still 24 behind and counting here. And it might all be going wrong for Matt at the wrong time as well. Who knows? Anything else is a possibility here. I haven't a clue what's going on. And Larry wants to somehow get down for this 3-ball at some point. But that can bide its time where it is, as long as he can keep things under reasonable shape at this end of the table. Now, he could get crazy here, and this would be risky. You know, potting the 5 and trying to bump the 3. That's crazy. It's high risk because you never know. You can come off the back of the 3 and scratch. Or you could go in the side
Where's
pocket.
the cue ball going?
Unbelievable. Goodness me. I'm talking about trying to bump the 3. And would you believe it? I don't think he played to bump it, but he's found a side pocket. Oh dear. Well, he'll have to rush the next time. I mean, what the heck? I just don't know what's going on. I need a coffee. This is getting really crazy. Well, he's missed the carom, hoping to get the open table, so now he's having to play the draw. It just grazes the 3 in the way back. And Matt is getting ever closer to Larry's coattails here. Well, who wants to call the outcome of this match? I had it in Matt's hands at the beginning. Little did I know what was going to take place. I had Matt down as a favourite because he was impressive this morning. But all sorts of crazy stuff been happening from both players. Just when you don't want it to happen. Well, them that aren't here tonight want to have a look at this match when they get time. It's well worth a watch. Well, Matt goes into the lead. 1 and 5 baller back, 1 and 3 baller back in their spots. Cue ball is on a decent enough line from 5 to 1. Now he needs something to stay in play here. Oh dear. This ain't good. He's got an ugly bank on the 3. He's got an ugly cut in the 3. And that was so tough. Horrible. And, well, Matt's got a slender lead. He's left it just as ugly for Larry, but Larry's got the easy starter. Now, he knows that he has to pot the 5 because he's not got really much of an alternative. And the problem with this is he has to get in a good line to get to this 1. And that isn't good enough. He wanted to be further into the table. Danger with this shot. And he hasn't found a line. And the visit ends as rapidly as it started. And Matt now odds-on favourite in this visit to get to the carom phase. Open table from that first shot. Pot and a carom. And good line for the next follow-up. 5 ball coming banking down the table. It wants to slow up a bit though. Wants to slow up. I think he's okay. 3 balls become a wee bit more isolated though. So it means it has to get, see, he's not gone really wide enough, I don't think. He would have liked to have been a wee bit wider on this 5 ball, just so that he can, this has to be thin. Now is the spin working? No, it isn't. Again, he's played it, but he's put no help in English. You've got to risk putting that wee bit of left on it just because of what he's just done there. He's just gone straight to the rail and straight back out. If you put a wee bit of help in English on it, just a tad, it's going to hit the rail and you're going to bump the 3. And another big opportunity has gone. Matt's too short of the 90. Is that 3 ball going to come to Matt's rescue because of where it's sitting? It's not great where it's sitting. And Larry still got a wee bit to go to get to the 90 before Matt. And it's all hinging on these 2 balls to keep things going in play. And he's immediately got problems. It's gone out of line. Is he trying to convince himself he can somehow manufacture a shot, maybe a double kiss? Try and send the 1 ball to the rail, kick the 5 and run the cue ball into the 5. It might be his only option, but he's not considering it. He's going the other way, trying to get to the 3. Looks good. Oh, excellent shot. That's where you sometimes have to grow a pair and go for one. And Larry's done it there. Yeah, sometimes you just have to pull off a carom like that just to stay at the table. And that was excellent. Now he needs another good pot though. And he's going to be at distance. Yeah. That takes him to 83, so not any danger with potting the 5 here or anything like that. Won't matter. It's all about how he finishes on this 3 ball. And he's hit at half ball. He's got a pot in the 1 or a pot in the 5. That would take him to 89. And can he stay in a decent line somewhere with this cue ball? Because the odds are he's going to have to dig out another decent carom to stay at the table. Well, this is the half ball, 5 ball banked up the table and force followed to the 1. It's dangerous because of the scratch. Larry's looking around for the alternatives, but to me that's a shot. Let me have a look. Yeah, that's a shot. I think the only danger is the line that you're taking that you're worried about banking. He's trying to go 2 rails, I think, or he's trying to stunt to the rail and spin. But what he hasn't got is he hasn't got separation between these balls. And Matt, if he can keep the 1 ball in play with this carom, he'll be on 90 and he's missed the 5. Wow. Is Matt feeling the pinch? Larry with the 5 ball to the 1 which will take him to 90. I don't know why he's looking at the 1. Is he going 1 to 5? Why is he not playing the 5 to the 1? That's unmissable. Well, he's played the tougher shot to me, but he's got it. 2 rails into the back of the 5. He's on 90. He's got a force follow down to the 3. 5 ball's going to be banking back up the table. So again, he's going to have separation here. Is he going to catch it? No, he isn't. So Larry's just kept his points. And Matt on 88. Well, he knows that he can cut the 1 in. He's going edge to the 3 to the 1 and missed it again. Well, that's 2 vital caroms that Matt's attempted there. He's missed them by a hair's breadth. Well, this is a 2-way shot. 5 ball, let the cue ball run out. You've got to take the risk again, Larry. He hasn't got the legs, and he's nowhere near the line on that shot. Nowhere near it. Which might not be a bad thing because he's not left an inviting table. 1 long force follow here for Matt. I think it's got the legs this time. But he's going to be horrible over this 5 ball. And he's still short of the 90. Dodgy cutting the 1 over the 5, but he gets it. Well, that was a good shot, believe me. Might look simple, but it was a good shot considering where he was playing it from. And now it's a bit of a lottery. The table is ugly. Matt takes the lead. The run is 3. And he has to run the cue ball. Oh dear, he's setting Larry up though. He's given Larry a starter now. Larry, you can play this one way. You can hit that 3 ball quite firm. Well, he didn't get right behind it, and that's why the cue balls beat the 3 ball up the table. He wanted to send the 3 ball down into this bottom half of the table so he could have a shot at the 3-5, and the 1 ball's almost out the game. Just got the wrong hit in the 3 there. So now he's taking the risk that I would take, and it's not going to get there. And we're neck and neck. The table is ugly. And who's going to win this? Who wants it enough? I've missed what you said there, Interchange X. I don't know what shot you were talking about. I've just looked at the chat. There may well have been like a double kiss or something. Sometimes you've just got to... Maybe it was the one that I was talking about with Larry looking at the 1 ball, trying to maybe run through. That was a wee while ago, though. The one that was on the rail where he was maybe trying to convince himself he could get a double hit off the 5 ball or something. I don't know. But Larry goes into the lead. This is the race to the finish line. The 1 ball is it's still doable, the 1 ball. You've got to get to the short rail in behind it, though. And you've got to be brave. Now, did that count, that 5 ball? Yes, it did. He scratched the paint off the 5. And, well, he can go 2 rails here and try and kick the 3. He's trying to go into the back. Looks a good line. Excellent shot. How vital are these caroms, and how much of a risk is Larry going to take? Well, knowing Larry, Larry doesn't. He doesn't generally have safety in mind when it comes to a table. Regardless of that, he's going to have a go at this. You know, you can easily cut and run and just leave an ugly table. You just roll the 3 ball to the rail or whatever. You're not going to leave something easy. But this looks good again if it's got the legs. Oh, it didn't quite have enough of the spin on it. It was not far off it, but like I say, look at what Matt's got. Matt's got a vital run of 3, and he's having to take the risk. I don't think that's got the legs. No. Oh, another spoonful of porridge this morning. He would have got there, no problem. Now, this is tricky. It's around the corner and up to the 1, Larry, if you're brave, or it's thin in the 3 and same thing.
Where's the cue ball going?
Every day of the week, that's the risk you take. At least the 1 ball's a wee bit better. And Matt's missed it again. And again, the table is not great. And Larry, if Larry plays this 3 ball to the long rail, it's coming across to the 1. And this is, again, very dangerous. I think he wants to steer well clear of that, because if he doesn't hit the 5, he's possibly setting Matt up here. He's maybe trying to spin to the short rail to get to the 1. And that, to me, that's a safer shot and a better odds. This looks good. And the 1 ball nudges a wee bit further away. Can he brush the 1 and hit the 3? No, I don't think so. He's trying to go long rail into the back of the 5. This looks a good line. Has he got too high? No. Perfect. Oh, these are like gold dust, these caroms. Takes him to 96. He's got a dangerous 3 ball. He's got to watch the cut angle of this 3. I think he can hit it. I think he can hit this thick half ball and spin to the 1 and take the pot well out of it. Yeah, he can. But he's went round the back. Well, Matt's trailing by 5. And this time, he's got the hit. And what's more, he's got a good chance to follow up. Oh, now he could be in business here. 1 more good shot, and that might be it. He's got the 3 up. Oh, it's gone tight to the rail, though. He wanted that off the rail a bit more. Yeah, that was the danger. See if that had been half an inch off the rail. He would have hit that 1 ball every day of the week. It just got too tight. But it's 3 vital caroms. He's 2 behind. Larry's got a start. He's got to watch the pot on the side, though. And the 3 ball is going to be isolated, but it's going to be in a good corner. Well, maybe not. Maybe not. Now, this is where you trust your line off that 5 ball to get to the rail to hit the 3. You're not going direct, because that's too risky. That looks good. Commentator's eye, that is perfect. And now the dangerous one, because you know you want to come back and hit the 3. The 1 ball's going to go in a reasonable place for the next one to follow. And the 3 ball is dead, but he's still alive. Well, the 1 ball hasn't travelled that far, but again, he's got a reasonably safe shot around the corner off the 5 to the 1. He doesn't see it. Well, he's not looking at it, but to me, that's perfectly safe. The 3 ball's dead. You know, Larry's not going to, not Larry, Matt's not going to score a bucket load with this table set up. He's got to go for the 5 to the 1. Going to be narrow. Yeah. But he's at least given Matt a start. But Larry's now the favourite. Larry can bide his time here. It's a big ask for Matt to keep scoring with this setup. Now, around the corner. Looks good. And now is Matt going to have the patience to try and work with these 2 balls, or is he going to look for a situation where he can get these balls into position where he can pot the 3 and bring it back up, or does he really want to suffer the long drawn out risk that he's taken here? Because Larry will be coming to the table needing one good carom and one good shape in this one ball for the game and the match. I think it's a tall order. Well, where's this cue ball going?
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, not if Larry does stuff like that, it won't. Now, right now, Matt's got a decision to make here. Does he take the risk? He looks as if he's going a straight draw to try and get into this 5 ball. He's in two minds here. No, he's going the other way. This again looks a good line. It might just graze it. No. So this is a risk that Matt is taking. He's not. I don't think there's been a great opportunity yet, but he has to get these 2 balls in a position where there's a risk to take in potting at 3 if he wants to try and use the 3. If Matt wants to try and go the distance, then he might need assistance from Larry here, by Larry doing something silly and gathering balls. Now, you see right there, look at the way the 1 ball's finished. Larry could have been out there. If he had just grazed the 5, he had the outshot in the 1, and that's a high-risk thing that Matt's dealing with here. But nevertheless, he's edging closer. He's only 2 behind, and he's got another chance to the follow-up here. Oh, dear, no, he's got that all wrong. He's got that all wrong big time. That was horrible. I think we're going to the wire. Oh, he's just feathered it. Look at where the 1's going. And the force follow into the left-hand bottom corner pocket is well and truly on. Is he trying to draw to the side pocket? No. This is the pocket he called, isn't it? I'm sure it is. This for the match. No, he's going to the rail. Oh, it's gone in. It's gone in. I thought that was taking too much of the rail. But Larry gets over the line. And, well, I still think it was asking too much to rely on getting yourself out of those 2 balls. But I have to say there wasn't a great opportunity for Matt with that 3 ball coming back into play, because the balls weren't sitting good to take that risk. But that's a great win for Larry. A great match. I really enjoyed it. And that was 3 hours and 2 minutes for that match. 7 o'clock it started British summertime, and 2 minutes past 10 it finished. So a great win for Larry. And, well, Matt was looking good this morning, but as I said, the longer that Larry stays at the table, Larry didn't score too heavily, but what he did do was get his eye in and eventually did enough to keep in it. Matt and Larry are going to have a good laugh at that 4th rack with what went on in that, because that really was hilarious. But it was fun to watch. I really enjoyed it. I hope you guys did too. And before we go, one final reminder, we have no more, well, unless something's changed, there's no more matches on the schedule until I double check it. We've got Tornado Tam and Interchange X coming up this Sunday at 3 p.m. in the afternoon. I'll be there for that. And then the last one is Stub and VP Monster, and that is a week on Thursday. That's it, unless something else changes there. But I hope you enjoyed it, guys. Hit the like button. Go watch that bug video on Black Ball and see what you can make of it, because I still can't work it out. Thanks for watching. I'll bid you good night. Take care. Have fun. And we'll see you again very soon. Good night.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.